It's episode 12, Cheesy Tots or QVC Healthy Food Line. The struggle is real. Tune in.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Tonight.
Did we miss it? Did I miss the cue?
Yeah, I already did it.
I really wanted to go tonight.
You can still do it.
Sam Smith in the house. It's AfterBuzz's Real Housewives of Orange County after show. And we're getting down. It is Monday night. The family is back. We had some guests come in and out of the clubhouse, but we are back. It's just family tonight. And I'm with my Salvadorian sister.
Hey, that would be me. Hey guys, it's Mayte here.
Hey guys, it's Thomas Orlina.
And I'm back. It's Hayley Clover.
And I'm your host, hostsLian. We are back. It's nice to have you guys.
Thank you for having us.
Welcome back.
Thank you so much.
Welcome back.
Thank you so much for the memo on the
Where have you
t-shirts.
been?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Nice to meet you again.
Yeah, really. I feel like I need to reintroduce myself every time I say
Pleasure,
Yeah.
pleasure. Yeah.
Nice to meet you again. It's the name of the episode. We open up with some fitness. Oh my God, we should have done Fergie working on my fitness. He's my witness. Because everybody in Orange County is working out with their daughters. And I must say, let's talk about the trainer.
I would just like to say that everyone in Orange County seems to work out in the smallest of spaces
For
in their
real.
ginormous homes. It's like, go outside to your massive backyard.
Exactly. The ocean breeze is beautiful down there.
The small living room section.
I always think that they don't actually work out when those segments are happening, but Gina looked pretty sweaty after that workout, so maybe they're just not showing us the whole thing.
My favorite part was a dog running back and forth and barking at
So
the trainer.
cute.
So
cute.
funny.
But do any of them like support Tamra and Cut Fitness?
No, they
We'll
don't.
see a
They-
tweet. I pulled a tweet, so we'll see that later
Really?
on.
Oh, okay.
It's
I was like,
crazy.
you
It's
got it
really
for free.
insane.
Yeah.
Their
I don't
merch is like
understand it.
hardcore.
Gina and Emily are chatting, making smoothies, talking about embryos and Shannon and separation. Let's talk about this. Even when Gina says, when he's there, I'll leave, it's just strange. You know what I mean? When she's talking about renting that casita, she's like, when he comes home, I'll just leave. It's just weird.
So is she protecting her husband because he told her, don't say anything, I don't want to look bad on camera? Or what's going on? Because
Something's
a
not
lot of
adding up,
The
right?
layers are slowly unpeeling themselves.
Yeah, I feel like there's got to be something happening. Do you think he's gay and like she still loves him and they're best friends because
Why
but
are you trying to get us excited? You know he's hot.
I know, but that could like I have no really good family friends where that happened and later
We
on
have
in
no
life.
idea.
And maybe that
That's
makes sense
wild.
that she's still in love with him, but that's why they can't be together.
No, because they do it. They do it. They have sex. She said they have sex.
Yeah, she said that they hook up, they still have that chemistry, but they're still getting a divorce. That doesn't make sense.
This
We
is
just-
all
we just
probably
don't
going to
know.
come
We
out
don't
during
know.
the reunion.
We need to see
Yeah.
him, a little peek of something, just like,
Andy's definitely gonna get in there in the reunion.
I don't know.
I don't know. We're going to really, really dive into it. I have some little gossip that I've heard here and there, but let's talk about the smoothie making. There's a lot of details that went in there. We're talking about Shannon and how the world revolves around her. Shannon's not generally nice to the new people. It does take a little bit of time. You got to like really bond with her. But Gina was taking it to a whole different level. She made it the entire episode. And then obviously Emily's talking about the embryos. Let's talk about that real quickly.
I think Gina is, I don't know why she wants to be Shannon's friend so badly, but she might be reaching for a storyline. Like she needs to get in with somebody outside of just talking about her,
her
divorce. So she's vibing with Vicki. So maybe Shannon is like the only next person.
That kind of makes sense.
But I don't know if that's enough to get
She
her
has a
through.
lot on her plate, but it is weird that she's kind of, being kind of clingy, almost needy with the Shannon thing.
Yeah, but then Shannon makes excuses, and so does Gina. Like Shannon was saying, well, she's like 20-something years younger than me. I don't know how I can relate
She
to
said
her,
the same
you
thing
know?
about Megan. She said the same thing about Megan.
She's just intimidated by all of them because they're younger and she's insecure and I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the
But-
one thing that they did talk about that was super legit and it made sense was the divorce talk. And Emily's like, look, if I was a lawyer, I'd be telling her everything needs to be divided and it needs to be clean and there needs to be a boundary. They're kind of in a limbo stage.
Yeah.
And
Well, and
Eddie's-
she even said that she was dragging her feet too. Like those are all the things that then I get confused again. 'Cause I'm like,
Exactly.
why? You're the one that asked for the divorce.
It's gonna be messy
you know
because
what?
she's not gonna put in
She's
much
holding
work.
on that lid so tight, it's going to explode.
And it's scary that she really is not prepared. Like on last week's episode, how Vicki was telling her about the insurance and everything.
Oh, yeah,
it's
the health
like
insurance.
she really is not prepared for this. No. It's very sad.
We're still going to really dive into it. Obviously, she breaks down throughout the episode, so the lid is slowly starting to come apart. But one thing for sure is Eddie's still having heart issues, and it's really hard to see.
Terrible.
I feel kind of bad saying this, but all the first couple scenes in this episode felt really manufactured to me. It really felt set up. Even though his heart thing is real and the reactions are real, I know that they're stressed out and I know Tamra's worried. It just everything feels a little set up to me. I'm just going to say that about the episode. Not really generally about that scene. I don't want to give that scene a really hard time because it was like 5 seconds long, but it played a theme throughout the whole episode. Everything felt kind of set up tonight.
You know what felt more set up to me, now that you're bringing it up, was the whole situation where they were at Shannon's house and they were all sitting on the couch and talking about where they were going on their trip.
Oh, well, that definitely
And
was.
then they were like, oh, I've heard this resort is the best one. Like,
Yeah.
everybody's
Oh my.
just-
Yes,
it
that was
just-
the cherry on the top.
Yeah.
That for sure is made up. That's product placement, and they're getting paid to go to this resort.
Probably, but I
and
don't
they're going
want
for
to.
free.
Yeah, but I don't want to watch it just to hear all this stuff. Like, I don't know, make it better.
Well, that's what we're going to really get into. Shannon is having a celebratory dinner. She hired a server. Let's just hope she was nice to her because I didn't see her the rest of the time. Shannon was in the kitchen doing everything herself. So I don't know. All the girls are expressing that Shannon hasn't given them enough attention. They decide that they need to do a girls trip. And I'm getting into it in my notes already. It's saying orchestrated. The girls are slowly starting to come together and Gina's slowly starting to crack. Let's talk about this blue eyeshadow. Oh my God. Super dark, super a lot, very daytime drag. What do we think about this, Thomas?
You know what? It's
Thomas,
It's
you've worn
the
blue
effort.
eyeshadow
Thomas.
before? Yeah.
You know what? It's the effort. I know a lot of people say a lot of negative things about some of her choices, but I mean, she's doing it. She's doing something. I was okay with it. I don't think it was
She's
for
doing
daytime
it.
though.
Yeah.
I don't think that was a daytime look.
No,
She was
wasn't.
on Watch What Happens Live a few weeks ago, and they asked her, is there anything that you would go back and do differently? And she's like, yeah, I would listen to Tamra, and I'd hire a makeup artist and a hairstylist to do both.
Which
That-
is
that would've
crazy
looked-
at the same time. Like you're hiring a makeup artist to go out to lunch.
It would have been nice, that
life of
look
a
and
house.
the eye color would look good at an evening party, but not during the
Clubbing.
daytime. Yeah.
Well, we're getting into the
Yeah.
juice of the orange right away where it looks like the girls are already getting together in the kitchen and we're doing this. Shannon is in the kitchen and Gina's slowly starting to reveal, like, you know what, I'm not really doing that well. I miss everybody and I miss his kids and I miss the dog and I miss his mom and I miss the cousins and I miss his first cousins and I miss the plants outside and I don't know what's happening. Oh man. Oh, and Vicki is like, oh my God, emotion. Why is she showing emotion? Like, come on, Vicki. You've thrown yourself on the floor before. Like, let the girl cry.
Shannon cutting the meat.
Console her. This is what she wants to be coddled by Shannon specifically.
Shannon wants nothing to do with that
Nothing.
situation.
She's in the kitchen going,
Thank
all
God.
right, thank God I'm staying away from all that. There's an outburst, and I clearly have nothing to do with it. I don't want to have anything to do with it.
So every,
can't-
yeah.
I was just gonna say I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but this was the first episode that I enjoyed Emily so much more than I enjoyed Gina.
Emily was
Oh,
great.
yeah.
I'm
Emily
like
was-
getting to a point where
I noticed that while we were watching
I'm
it.
just like, Gina, girl, blah, like you're just so annoying at this point. And I get it, it's tough, and that is what you would talk about because that's what you need to get off
She
your
had a
chest.
first good run.
But I need her to
Yes.
go to therapy because the girls don't give a shit.
Yeah, she had like a
Yeah.
first couple episodes. We were like, oh my God, we're gonna really like her. Did she just call Vicki a loser? And
I think
now
she
it's
just
like,
realized it
ugh.
was too much. I mean, you're on a reality show. This is
gonna
filmed
come out.
for
But
so
Guys,
long.
it's gonna come out in Jamaica. This is gonna be incredible. They're gonna drink for hours. And it's just
Jamaica
gonna be
me
like,
crazy.
Yeah.
Well, we want to do a little poll. Guys, we really appreciate you guys being in the live chat. We really appreciate you guys commenting
everyone.
and giving us your love, giving us that thumbs up. We really appreciate it. Keep sending us the love in the comments because we really appreciate it. But since you're here now, let's do a poll in the live chat. Do people change? We were talking about this throughout the episode. It was kind of a common theme because this is what Gina is like, really, she's taken this to the very end, and she's basically saying like, we're just not the same anymore. And Kelly's like, I'm the same person. I'm still immature and I'm 45, which we all definitely agree with.
Yeah.
But do people change, Mayte?
No, people don't change.
Whoa.
Yes. I don't think they do. I think the situations might change, but I don't think people change, especially in a situation like this.
You don't think people change from like the age 20 to 40?
It depends on the situation.
You mean
Like,
it depends on the person?
Like what do you mean? Like change as in
I mean,
their-
shit,
Are
I've
you the
changed from
same
20
person?
to 26, so I think people can change.
I think people change all the time.
I think so too.
They're
pressuring
You know
you.
why?
I'm just
Because
kidding.
I'm thinking about men. I just had this conversation yesterday with one of my friends, and I'm thinking like we had this conversation like, do guys change? I'm like, no, men don't change.
See,
men
and
are like
that's
the same
actually
Well,
where
that's
I would
habits.
completely
You're talking
disagree,
more about
though,
habits.
because you always hear that men, mature finally around like 40. Like I think
40.
men, I know
Maybe
we got
70.
Yeah,
we got a while.
Crank
Maybe
it up
when
a little
you're
bit.
Shane's
But I
dad's
do think
age.
eventually you change just because you have to. You can't do the same things. Your body physically can't be the same as you were when you were younger. Emotionally, maybe you're talking about.
Yeah, he's
like you
talking
evolve.
about habits.
I think you evolve, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I just feel like you
I'm
go through
definitely
things,
not the same.
the experiences shape you, so in that sense, you are kind of changing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People can change physically
Yes, ever evolving,
and have an
right?
entire transformation of life.
Yeah.
We've all seen it before, you know what I mean? So I just feel like in that sense, people can change. But you know what? We've all seen that episode, that scene in Bridesmaids where they're like, I don't think people change. And she's like, I think people change all the time.
Like,
I don't think people change at all. So let us know in the poll in the chat, and we'll talk about it later.
3 against 1.
But for now, I understand
Hang in
what
there.
Gina is feeling. Shannon is being icy. She doesn't want to have anything to do with her. She's kind of just staying out of it. She's like, you know what? She looks like a fight waiting to happen. She has all these naive perspectives on divorce, and I don't want to school her. That's what it seems like to me. She's
I'm
just
on
like,
Shannon's team for this one. I wouldn't want to hang out with somebody like Gina anyways because of how she has presented herself time and time again in all of these events. It's like she's tried to come for her numerous times, like accusing her of saying that she got Kelly to go into that fight when
yeah.
that wasn't the case. I'm not...
Well, they were drunk. It kind of maybe wasn't the case on purpose, but that was the case that ended up happening.
People-
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like she did go in there and
minor.
cause a bunch of stuff.
Right. I mean, people always say you should have friends that are younger than you and friends that are older than you so that you have perspectives on everything.
Exactly.
But they have a difference in years where you technically could be each other's mom and daughter.
Yeah.
So could you imagine always hanging out or like as a best friend with your mom like all the time? I mean, that would be tough. You wouldn't always relate
God,
on
no.
everything. And so I can understand her being a little...
Thomas is onto
hesitant.
something. I don't know if I would want to hang out with someone like that as well because I feel like those people are kind of emotionally draining. But in that kind of
but God,
situation,
Shannon's emotionally
I was just
draining.
gonna say it's kettle calling the pot black.
That's why they're
both
too
so
similar.
emotional.
And I
Because-
think
Maybe.
Shannon is mature enough to realize that, so she's pulling away because she's like, I can't have another one of me. Maybe.
No, I mean, I think Shannon's just being a bit of a bee. But
Shannon is very kettle pot kettle. She's very very much like that. For her to kind of be like she is very emotionally draining. It's the same exact thing. So in that sense, I don't get, but I do kind of get when she's saying, look, I'm going through a lot of things. I have divorce on my hand. I'm trying to figure out my life. I didn't know that water was a utility.
Yeah.
Trying to hang out with Gina is the last thing on my mind.
yeah, I get that.
So I kind of get in that perspective. But if we're going to go the route that they're both emotional, like it's just...
not gonna work.
Yeah, it's definitely...
Could you imagine both of them having a heart to heart and then talking all about like their troubles together?
They could
like that would
probably
be exhausting.
bond.
They would, but that would be for the next
exhausting.
season
But
if
Shannon,
Gina gets picked
yeah,
up.
because Shannon's very cliquey. She likes being in that small group of her, Vicki, Tamra.
She does.
It took a
And
lot of work to
Kelly
get to that
teetering
point.
on the inside outside.
Yes.
And yeah, it does take a lot. But once you're in, it's like we're the core group of girls.
The
and
walls
the
come up.
housewives. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I see some chat in the live chat. I love it. Some Tauruses. I'm Team Taurus because I'm a Taurus. I love that. Yeah, but Shannon can be a little icy sometimes. We'll leave it at that. Jolie, though, has a huge heart. She has compassion. Where did she get it from? Because Kelly is coming off kind of a bit manufactured, even in that scene as well. I feel like Jolie, when she brought her emotion to it, that's what made me really love the scene, because I really wasn't feeling Kelly until she was like, oh, you have a big heart. Then it slowly started to come out, but I don't know.
Well, keep in mind, she saw her like parents divorce, and she's been through it. She was the one in the house during this time period, so I think, you know, kids are young enough to know and realize things and pick up things faster than.
I think she's great. I love Jolie. I think we should vote her for most valuable player
I agree.
of the
I
episode.
really actually loved that scene. It makes me happy.
MVP is going to go to Jolie. We should play We Are the
She's
Champions.
a 2-time MVP.
Oh yeah, earlier.
She is a 2-time MVP.
Season, yeah.
She is a 2-time MVP. We love her. She's serving mac and cheese and helping out and learning how to mop, which is very important.
Oh, how about the cameo of the director of that place? She's great.
When Kelly
She's
was
great.
like, she's had a maid her whole life. I need a teacher. And she just walked by.
Yes, because she's like, I can't believe you're having this conversation
Exactly.
with me right
She's
now.
like, I cannot hear about your maid right now.
Yes.
We're in a food shelter for people that are less fortunate, and you're talking about your maid. Like, come on, stop.
Yeah.
And
That's what I was saying. Like, she kind of turned me off in that sense.
Yeah.
But I do love that she took her daughter there, and I loved Jolie. I thought she was
me too.
fantastic.
Yeah.
And it's good going at that age too, because you never forget it, and then as the years go on, you keep wanting to do it
Well,
again.
and more, I think that they need to be going for Kelly and not Jolie, because I couldn't believe how surprised she was when she was getting so emotional. She almost like didn't even know what to say or to how to, be like,
Comfort her.
Comfort her, yeah. But I thought it was
Did
okay.
you feel some
But it was
awkwardness?
It was
as
a
she
little,
was getting,
doesn't know how
she
to-
was getting closer. She was like, they're there. They're there.
And it's because
So,
they're usually...
so it wasn't just me.
No, and it's because they're usually, she talks to her like one of the girlfriends and not like that close mother-daughter relationship. At least not what I've seen.
used to,
I don't
like, get
know
in my
the
mom's
personal life,
arms and be like a little snuggle bunny and like
too.
Yeah.
that'd be
I
crazy.
still do that. I'm 26.
I would. Well, you know what I mean. Like, I feel weird that can happen. I feel bad. But anyways, Shane and Emily are at Fig and Olive, Diet Cokes and bathing suits.
And skinny fries.
I just have to say,
Skinny fries.
I don't want to jump in your lead, but Shane said something that actually made me laugh today, and I couldn't believe it.
Oh, he was
What's up with skinny
hilarious.
fries?
But
No.
let's talk about the wardrobe again. Oh my
Tamra.
God, guys, we need to help him with the wardrobe. Emily, take him out shopping, girl.
But why? She doesn't have like an amazing style.
Ooh!
She has the same
Shade.
hairdo every day.
Well,
she hasn't done it much. I'm not saying it's
She looks
bad
put
style.
together.
I'm just saying it's
I've
nothing
never
like.
really noticed like her style if it's like incredible or bad.
Well,
It's
that's what I
just,
mean.
like,
I wouldn't look
looks
at her
put
and be
together.
like,
Yeah.
"Oh my gosh, you have amazing style."
You know
That's
what I do
where you
notice?
style your husband.
her body is banging. I think Emily's body is
Oh, yeah, she's
banging.
got
I
a
like that she's
great-
got curves,
Mm-hmm.
and I think she's great.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
she's not afraid to wear those platforms when she's out with Shane.
Yeah,
And
you
she's
know?
one of
I
my-
do love that.
Yeah.
I love
She's
that.
one of my favorite people to follow. I just follow her on Instagram, and she was like doing this dance from Jamaica. Actually,
Oh.
we should pull that up. Actually, maybe Josh can find that for us on
Her Instagram.
yeah, on her Instagram, Emily from
it a
Real
post?
Housewives. Yeah, it's a post. It's a video of her dancing in Jamaica with
Love it.
Tamra, doing some 90s moves, and her body is banging. I
Love
love
it.
her.
Do we think at this point in the show, because we're basically halfway, do we think that Emily deserves another orange for the next season?
I do, but I do have some stuff to say about this actual lunch, and let's get into it because it looks like Shane is having a blast. Not. God, this just seems like torture, and this just might be reaching. I don't really believe that she wants another kid. I feel like this is like a storyline until like when she went to the doctor and she really got emotional about the embryos, then I really connected on that level. I could understand the emotional attachment, but as far as having another kid, it just seems so unrealistic to me.
I think she really just
doesn't
wants
want
the
one.
idea of another daughter and a sister for
I
Annabelle
totally get
more
that.
than she wants a baby. She can't let go of the fact that she wouldn't have a sister like
I get it, but it feels like it's part of the show. I feel like it's part of the show. I feel like they're reaching. It's like a storyline.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think she's pretty genuine.
Yeah,
At least the way I
it.
took it.
No, like when she went to the doctor, I totally felt like it was all real. But at that lunch, it just felt like a dead end tunnel.
Well,
Like,
what I always feel is more awkward is I imagine that Shane doesn't react like that when they're together and there's no cameras, because I can't imagine that he's that just, blunt and cold all the time when your wife is clearly in pain or really dealing
no,
with
but
something.
this is a really serious
But I think
subject.
that's-
You got to be black and white with it. He's standing on a firm no.
There's a way, though, to be like,
They have
honey,
5 kids.
I totally understand and I love you and I get where you're coming from and I'm really sorry. I just can't. I physically can't
Did you
do
see
it.
the
I'm
twin
too-
toddlers running around?
Listen,
They were so
5
cute.
kids is
So
ridiculous.
cute. And Annabelle is a doll. She's gorgeous.
Right.
But I see like it's a handful. I just don't see it.
I can see where you're saying, like, they need to stretch out a storyline
They
for
gotta
her.
be
So
on the
maybe
same
they
page.
pulled that out because that's
I
something
do
to
feel
talk
like it's-
about
yeah.
and relatable.
Well, it's making
Sorry.
it makes it seem very. I mean, to me, watching it very believable, and I think it's because she was so open about her story and her struggle.
That was really sad.
No,
And
that part
you
I
know?
totally believe, and I totally believe it's real. Let's not get
Yeah.
it twisted. All that emotional stuff about the embryos and all that stuff, I totally believe in that.
Yeah.
When he was giving down like the list of options and he said destroy,
Yeah.
even like my heart dropped a little bit. I totally get all that part. I'm talking
Yeah.
about specifically at the lunch at Fig and Olive.
that conversation that they were
conversation, it felt like a dead end tunnel. Like he's like no, and she's like, well. There's
you
like
know
nothing
what,
else to
too?
talk about.
Well, and that's how these lunches go. This is how they're filmed. They literally say, you guys need to go to lunch here. We're going to film, because they get permission at all of these places before they actually go and film.
course.
And then they literally just let them go for like however many hours. Like that's how the whole Kyle Richards,
And they pick up
Camille,
bites.
the what's her name, the medium, that whole thing was like a 7-hour long dinner, and that didn't happen until the last like 30 minutes.
Yeah, no, totally.
So they probably have talked about this kind of stuff already like 3 times, and then you see the like last reaction that he's had now again.
I just feel like we need something else to
Yeah.
talk about.
I agree
Because
that.
in reality, what else are they going to talk about?
Well, I thought that they were going to talk about Tamra's friend, but I don't think Emily wants to go there. The friend that Tamra dropped. Because that's what the commonality. Remember Tamra's gay
The guy friend, yeah.
Are you talking about
thought-
the messy gay?
Yeah, I thought that was
That was
going to
in
be
the
a
wedding.
storyline. It never
That
came
could
up.
be a storyline, and it could be a way to integrate Gretchen back in.
It'll probably come up in Jamaica.
You think so?
Well, I don't know. What I do know is that Vicki is making turkey pita sandwiches things, and it looked really delicious.
It did.
She's having all the kids over, and Steve's daughter's boyfriend is kind of hot. Let me just say that.
Yes.
Everyone is all
Yeah,
coupled
he
up.
is.
The kids are coupled up, and of course, Vicky's desperate and bringing up marriage, and honestly, it's just getting old.
And I feel bad for her son's girlfriend.
I mean,
With
they
the-
made
with
light
the
of it.
pregnant- Yeah, totally.
They made light of it, and it was a great
She's
scene.
got to be so used to it by now. But I'm just,
Yeah, they
I
were
would
prepared.
be like, oh god, like not
Second
again.
MVP should go to Walter the pug.
Yeah, he's cutie.
He's very cute.
I don't know. Archie's adorable.
Every time she brings it up, I just get so uncomfortable. I'm just like,
It's just-
he's not into it. Like, he would have done it already, unless he's, like, wanting to do it on his own time. But you gotta just wait
At
it
least
out.
she's saying something different this time. She's kind of saying like,
She's
shit or
about to
get off the
bounce.
pot. Yeah, like she's like, you need to do it, or
She's
what are we
all
doing?
talk, though.
I know she really
If he
is.
was like, we're not getting married, she'd be like, okay, well, I'll stay a few more months and we'll just see.
Yeah,
and
and
then it'd be,
they've broken up before.
yeah.
Well, apparently, yeah, but it was really secretly. She didn't want anybody to know that.
Well, before we go any further,
Yes, please, let's talk about it. Subscribe to our channels.
yes, you guys, AfterBuzzers, our network produces after shows for nearly all of your favorite TV shows, from dramas, reality TV, sci-fi, and more. There is no other network that works harder. But we need your help. We're asking that you please subscribe to one or more of our YouTube channels. By subscribing to our channel, YouTube will suggest content that's tailor-made for you and will help you continue to have AfterBuzz grow. And if you're worried about pesky notifications, don't be, because they're optional. Let us know you did in the comments, and we'll thank you on air. For now, thanks for making AfterBuzz TV what it is, and go ahead and subscribe right now.
Woohoo!
Yeah, and we'll shout you out. And thank you for being in the live chat with us. And we appreciate the comments, calling us out when we need
I
it.
appreciate your
Mayte
comments from
appreciates
last
it.
week. I got called out, chewed, spit, everything in between. And
That's
it was
okay.
so unfair. You guys, I made a mistake. I admitted it. I put it on these
She
comments,
failed
guys.
geography
More
class.
importantly, though,
Philadelphia,
now you
Pennsylvania.
know.
Now I know. So, and we realized it as soon as the show stopped. So, yeah, it was a careless mistake.
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It's
Yes.
in the same state.
I would like to
We
give
get it.
everyone as a blanket statement a geography lesson, and I think this is only people that are from the West Coast, because I have noticed that people from the West Coast don't learn geography like us East Coasters, and you guys don't know
No
that
shade,
West
but shade,
Virginia and Virginia are two totally different states. So I'm just going to throw that out there as a fun fact for the day.
Thank you, Miss Clover.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
We're all at the doctor, and the Perrys are there, the in-laws, and this is what we were talking about. So now we can really get into it, because I don't want you guys to think that I just didn't believe Emily at all. Like, it was just the lunch. And I feel like the baby thing could be a storyline that they pulled out of the file. But when it comes to this doctor visit, obviously the heartstrings were pulled a little bit. I don't like to see anybody cry. Yeah. And that the way that they described it, it was crazy. But let's talk about something really quickly before we get into something really serious. Other than the Persian connection comments, that were hilarious. I loved all the Persian comments. Yeah. Hilarious. Now we know what Shane is going to look like in 20 years. Did you see his dad?
Yeah.
Oh my God. It
Looks
looks
just like him.
It looks just like him.
I love their relationship, though, and I don't see Emily and Shane having that same relationship, but who knows?
Well,
That's not all you can say there. Yeah. Oh, I
you
don't
know what? I was totally like focused on how cute the toddlers were. I wasn't
They were
even
so
really
cute.
noticing
So adorable.
everything else in
You
the
know what I
scene.
will say? We've heard of Emily's struggles in the past with pregnancy and everything, and I think it like really hit me today. I could not imagine going through what she's gone through and how many times she tried. I didn't realize that she carried twins till 4 months.
That's
and then
awful.
lost.
She's
I mean,
been through
exhausting.
so much.
like, yeah. I mean,
That's
you
why
can't
I
even-
don't want to downplay like what I was saying earlier.
no,
like she's
no.
been through a lot,
Totally.
and my heart goes out to her. Talking about TV land right now. TV land, TV
Totally,
land.
yeah.
That is real life land, and that
Yeah.
is awful. She's
Yeah.
been through so much. She had so many miscarriages.
6, she said.
Awful.
Which
And
she
you can't
remembers
even
them
imagine the ups
vividly.
and downs just because of your hormones alone. Like, not even just the I lost my baby. It's like physically you can't control the hormones that she probably had to. And oh God, I can't imagine how tough that was.
Yeah, when
So.
she described it and she described the nurses crying and all that, I felt in that
Oh my
moment.
God, it
I
was
just
awful.
like,
I cried.
yeah.
It was awful. That is just
Yeah, it's terrible.
very terrible, but I love the lightness that she brings to it with the Persian connection jokes.
Yeah.
Persian connections work really well in Los Angeles, so
Yep,
she's
they
onto
sure do.
something. We all love the Shaws. Watch Mayte on it. Here on AfterBuzz TV.
She has guests coming in.
We do. I can't say though. But watch Thursday at 8.
And the juiciness of the episode is Kelly and Shannon, they're out to lunch. They're both tired. Let me just say my favorite part of the episode. Shannon is on a health kick. She's launching a QVC health food line. She comes in and orders a light beer and says,
Which there's really no such thing.
"These cheesy tots look really pretty good." Favorite part of the episode. Favorite part of the episode. I even tweeted it. Cheesy tots. Cheesy tots.
My mouth is
Can we
watering.
get some cheesy tots
If
up
you
in here,
actually watch
please?
the playback, her fork is in Kelly's.
Stop it. You know, like I was thinking, they film for so long. They show everything on purpose. They're so shady when it comes to the editing. I
We
love
were
it.
wondering if when Shane ordered just skinny fries, if they had edited out the rest of his order to make it look like he just ordered skinny fries.
Oh my God, we'll have to find that out. That was hilarious. Someone in the comments said, Bethany's trying to sue him. Like skinny fries, that's Brandon.
That's a great comment.
Mike Bowman, I love that. And someone was talking about the energies, which I really like. Let me find it really quick. She's saying that, Gina is a yellow aura, light, airy, bubbly, and Shannon is like a sense of purple. Can be a red loving, but still has that dark blue gloom. Just saying on an energetic level. I love that.
Wow.
I
Can
love
you rate
that.
us on
I
an
see
energy
colors,
level?
girl. I know that stuff. I love it. A light beer and cheesy tots. Incredible. Iconic.
Iconic.
Kelly and Michael are getting along.
I know, that was surprising.
She's like, I never would have thought. Shannon's like, that's not happening.
Yeah.
That's not happening. You know, he's going through something. A Portia and that woman on Instagram.
Yeah, I don't think that's actually happening with Shannon, but
They bring up Gina again, and Shannon calls it an outburst, and she's like, yeah, what was up with that outburst? Because I wasn't anywhere near it.
right.
What's going on? And yeah, Emily talking about me not being fun. She's Killer Emily. When she said Killer Emily, I was loving it.
She called her out.
Kelly is totally trying to stir the pot, and she loves it when Shannon is bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she does
she
because
does.
it makes her get away with all
It was the
stuff.
Prosecco and the light beer. What are we talking about? This boundaries thing. This talking about people's marriages. She tried to get in with Shane and Emily for a quick second. She's like,
Hot second.
do you think they have a bad marriage? And she's like, oh God, look, I'm not doing that again. So let's talk about that before we get into some news and gossips.
I mean, I think we've already talked about their marriage. I think it's just a confusing relationship, to be honest. I think we've seen sides where they're like really not compatible, or at least I feel like I see zero chemistry whatsoever. And then you see times where you're like, okay, they're holding hands and they're being cute, or
I like when like he kind of gives her like crap, like in the beginning with the Tamra bathing suit comment.
see, that was what made
was
me
funny.
laugh.
They're laughing.
That was funny.
No, I was talking about more like the whole lunch with Kelly and Shannon and talking about the Gina thing and like the
Oh.
priorities and the boundaries. Talking about the boundaries because Shannon literally just commented like everything else and she
Now,
got
if
roasted.
there was a scene that seemed manufactured to me, it would have been that one.
Oh,
like,
really?
I feel like that could be where a producer was like, listen, we want you guys to talk about, like, that whole situation and their relationships. And so Kelly just comes out and is like, so, do you think?
Oh, Kelly, I love her. Well, let's get into some news and gossip because it's really, really good tonight. Yes.
Breaking news.
Haley.
Yes. Where are we starting? Okay. So, Jim Bellino, everybody.
Ew.
Yeah, so he's demanding that Tamra hands over her text messages in their legal battle. They have a hearing set for December. I didn't realize it was going this far. Have any of you guys read up on this?
Yeah, so she's
Legal
supposed to
battle?
like testify or something in like their situation?
I have to be honest, and this is
What-
bad that
how
I'm
is
giving
she
the
involved?
news. I didn't read in too far, so if you guys are in the
Tamra
chat,
is
please
supposed
talk
to.
about
Okay,
it.
Jim Bellino and Alexis Bellino are getting divorced,
Yeah.
and there's
Yes.
all messiness there.
Right.
And they're trying to subpoena Tamra to go in there.
To talk on someone's behalf, or was she slandering someone? That's why they need text messages?
No, what? It's the mess is between Jim Bellino and Alexis, and they're trying to send Tamra in there to talk about any type of abuse. And she's like, I don't like any of these mofos.
Right.
Yeah.
So is
shouldn't be
Alexis
including.
asking for help and summoning
I don't
Tamra?
really know, to be honest
It's a
with
little
you.
confusing.
It really is. I think in the evidentiary kind of department, I just made up that word.
No, you didn't. Legally Blonde.
Thank you.
Evidentiary
I love you. Okay, in the evidentiary support department, I'm feeling like Tamra has to go to court because in some way involved she's tied in somehow.
Well, listen, if they subpoena her, she has no choice. So
Exactly.
we'll
So
see.
she's
Maybe
gone.
past episodes too, or something that she might have
We'll
said.
really find out what's happening. What's the other news?
Yeah.
Let's see what's next.
Let's see. It might just be tweets. Some of our...
No,
oh,
'cause- no,
you
we have
sent
one
in
more
one.
piece.
Yeah, I sent in one other piece.
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
Oh my God.
Shannon
Stop
Medore
it.
is working now on developing her own fitness gear and apparel. And
Stop it.
Yay! I'm so
Yes.
excited.
And
Thomas.
Are you?
Stop
Really,
it.
Thomas? You're
She's
gonna go to
coming
my-
out with
No
the
one was gonna
workout
say
line.
it
Are
on
you
the-
kidding me?
Okay, so let me tell you, before we get into this one, she also mentioned that she is planning to open up her own chain of restaurants in the near future.
She is skinny
and because
now.
it's like QVC is just working out so great for her, and she's already in talks with several major financiers to expand her empire in restaurants.
Well, listen, she could be the next, like, Lisa Rinna with that
She
clothing line
is
on
skinny,
QVC.
but
is.
she's not like
But I don't,
Well, let me-
super
but I don't think of
cuts.
her as a fitness person. Tamra
Yeah.
should be creating her
Oh
own
my,
fitness
why
line.
isn't Tamra going crazy right now?
She's stealing.
She
She's
probably
taking the
is.
spotlight. She also says she's lost 50 pounds since her split from David.
Yep.
So that has a lot to do with it. And okay, so she's developing her own line of fitness gear and apparel, and her own line of wellness shakes too. So the girl is like doing a bunch of
Your
stuff.
girl
You know what,
Thomas.
you know
Thomas
what?
loves Shannon.
I do. You know what? She really
She's go
has
getter.
like done what she's needed to do, especially after the divorce.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
great.
what women and men and whoever should do after. Build your business and you do something with your platform. What are you going to be on, Housewives forever and not do anything?
She's
Good for
leveling
He's
up.
right. He's right. You got to capitalize on all of this stuff. Take advantage.
100%.
Be Erica Jane and say yes to everything.
Yeah. Sometimes these
Love
housewives
No
are just
shame in her
on.
game.
They're just on and they don't do anything, and
Yeah.
then they're out, and then they're like, "Oh, what did I do for 4 years? I didn't do anything."
Right. So this is a spoiler alert in case you guys didn't know. Shannon has a new boyfriend, and he's accused of abuse and failure to pay
He's a
child
big boy,
support to
too.
his ex. So apparently his ex, they both share custody of a 2-year-old. They both have a 2-year-old
She's
daughter.
thirsty, the ex.
And she wrote, so she wrote this comment on one of Shannon's posts and said, "Hi, tell Scott that his child support check bounced and that he still owes me $6,889. And also the judge granted me a sole legal and physical custody of a 3-year permanent restraining order after a 10-day domestic violence hearing. Otherwise, I would relay the message."
Stop
she
trying to
wrote.
get on TV.
Yes. And she continued and she says, "But since you're staying in penthouse suites and flying first class, paying the $6,889 in back due child support shouldn't be an issue." So she's writing all this stuff, and this is like her own, I guess, method of communicating with
Bitter.
Shannon's boyfriend. And
Oh, man.
yeah. So
I mean,
it's messy.
my boyfriend dealt with all of that when he was growing up, and it's really terrible. It's because he was old enough to realize that his dad wasn't paying child support and all that kind of stuff. So I feel bad for her, and I can't imagine how hard that is, especially if he's
And he
not
comes from a
answering and
broken
stuff.
home, too.
Oh yeah, Lian really loves my boyfriend. I have to, sleep with one eye
Oh,
open
he has
here.
a
I was gonna show up.
comes from a broken home. I'll have to take care of him.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm just kidding. Let's get into our Twitter sphere. We have lots of tweets tonight.
Yes, let's pull them up.
Yeah, pull out those tweets, Josh. Pull it out already. We've been waiting.
All right, this one is from Lauren.
this is big.
Perfect.
All this women working out and none of them going to cut fitness speaks volumes.
That's what I
Lauren.
said.
All the tweets.
Yes.
I didn't want to spoil it,
Yeah.
but we're gonna get into everything we talked
Volumes.
about tonight.
Gosh,
this
what is
one
that about?
Yeah.
is from Mayte Carrillo. Gina's divorce saga is annoying. First, it's all rainbows. Then it's, quote, "We are getting divorced, but we're best friends." Now it's, quote, "I can't even go out for cocktails without crying through my Tammy Faye blue glitter eyeshadow about my struggle. All within 2 weeks."
Yeah.
Oh, man.
much.
I
feel like
love
the
Tammy
tweets I
Faye.
pulled out before the show is everything that we were discussing tonight.
Please
So,
read this.
That's
Here's
why I like
from
Twitter.
Gina.
This is
Lisa,
Damn,
Damn Gina. Do you want to be center of attention or are you just freaking needy? Normal people don't become besties when they first meet.
It's true.
true.
Let's not be so needy. Oh my God! The next episode we should play "Go Gina, Damn Gina."
While we're on tweets, we have one more from Karen Rock. We need better storylines on Real Housewives of Orange County.
Yeah, we do.
Shannon Bador is the only one with a legit interesting story as she transformed from housewife to entrepreneur business mogul.
Yeah.
Oh, calm down. Let her be successful first, and then we can call her a mogul.
Such a good role model for her daughters to
That is
know
so.
women can pick up the pieces and move on and succeed on their own.
Yeah.
Yes, Karen.
That I agree with.
That
I like that.
I like, but let's not call her a mogul
Yes.
just yet.
This is the best one.
Yes.
Oh, can we zoom in a little bit on that one?
If not, guys, this is Tamra Judge, who is the newest endorser of Poopery.
Oh my God!
pooper.
I had and I used this in New Orleans. It works.
It does.
Oh.
Me too. It works. I've used
Yeah,
it.
by the way, it's the best. If you have any type of public pooping in public anxiety,
This
is
will
the
help
best
you
thing
out.
that ever has happened. But it was really funny. If you go on her Twitter, there's actually a video of her doing the endorsement, and she's like, "I work out so much, and just when you work out, you just have to poop really bad after." And I was like, "Oh my God."
We all love a good poop. Let's get into our predictions because next episode looks so good.
Yeah.
They finally go to Jamaica. The mid-season
AfterBuzz
trailer is
TV
here.
predictions.
The mid-season trailer is here. The trip is the best part, even though it was all manufactured. The drinks aren't, and the attitudes aren't, and it's all going to come out. Let's talk about what we think we're going to see. Do you think it's going to end on a bang?
Yes, I think it's going to end in a bang. And I think my prediction is that Tamra and Shannon, that's going to be a big split.
That's where the bang is.
Yes.
I agree.
There's a lot of jealousy there, and there's a lot of things that they haven't hashed out that I think that's going to make for a good next episode.
Jealousy on Tamra because she's not getting all the fitness endorsements and everything.
I don't know. I think that might bother her a little bit.
And then
It's
Shannon
gonna
for
start
being
building up a little
oblivious
bit.
and just continuing on the path and just being like, yes.
I predict we hear, Shannon talking about them needing to celebrate her QVC line about 10 more times on the trip. I'm going to count too. But then I'm actually just really excited to see everyone's bathing suits because they really talked up their damn bathing suits today.
did.
Kelly had 27 in her summer clothing box. And
Exactly.
Gina went and spent all of her money on gorgeous bathing suits for her trip she can't go on.
Crazy.
I'm glad that they're going somewhere tropical this time because last season, did they go to Ireland?
Iceland.
Or Iceland? Yeah.
It's
and
all
this
about
time-
tropical. Show off those
Yeah.
bodies. What you've been working out. Show what
wait.
you've been working with. That is it for our after show. We'll be back next Monday where we will be Jamaican you crazy. I'm your host, hostsLian. Make sure to check out on Sunday night HBO. I'm on the show Camping with Lena Dunham, Jennifer Gardner. I'm not on until episode 2, but it's going to be fantastic. It premieres on Sunday, October 14th. My time.
Ooh, hey
That's
guys,
this weekend.
I'm Mayte Carrillo. You can find me everywhere at This Is Mayte and Shots of Sunset. Thursday night, we have a special guest from the show coming in, so watch.
Another one?
Yes.
We had MJ. Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm Thomas Orlina. Follow me on social media right now at Thomas Orlina.
Hey guys, I'm Hayley Clover. You can follow me everywhere at Hayley Clover. And I'm also on the Shameless After Show panel on Sundays at 7.
Cast members leaving.
Oh,
Bye,
God.
AfterBuzzers.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.